All right, guys, we're starting up today over at the rocket, and let's take our first trip to Mars. All right, we're out here now. So let's zoom in real quick. So we got Mars and two of its moons here, Phobos and Deimos. We're gonna go to Mars first, though. And here we go. We got our little balloon. And then just in case, you always want to make sure you bring some hoppers for this thing, because sometimes it hits a bad bounce. Like that was almost a weird one because it almost landed on a node, but sometimes this can get stuck and you won't be able to get your rocket out of it, basically. Okay, thankfully that worked. And there we go. So let's scan around, see what we get. Nothing really. Oh, we have uraninite right here. Beryllium. So that has thorium. So I definitely want to get one of these. Because yeah, this, I can process this to get uranium and radium, so that's pretty awesome. We'll definitely do that. And then the actual dust, you can chemical react it, it looks like. It's aluminum. Or you could just centrifuge it. It's 3 to... Okay, it's the same ratio. Yeah, before I think about processing it, we got to think about mining it, so we'll drop our first miner here if I can find my hammer. Just let me get some Mars rock too. So there's a couple things on the agenda for Mars. Not a million things, but to go with what we're doing, we won't need to find the Mars dungeon and kill the boss there. We also need to find there's like these sort of like little cave looking things. I forgot to bring my chest. God damn it. I gotta get more chests. But there's like these little cave things that you can find that have bacterial sludge in them. And I only need a little bit, but if for now at least, I don't know if you need it more for later, but I only need a little bit for what I want to do. So yeah, we're just gonna find a little bit of that. I'm not really sure where you find those. Let's put a waypoint here. Yeah, I gotta go grab compressed chests. I'm gonna come back and go back. But yes, that's the agenda. All right, located another vein that I want, which is this dash veins. This is the second one. I decided to not go for the chests. I don't need them. I have a bunch of diamonds on me still, so we'll use those as well. If I gotta use more than one diamond chest for each, that's okay. We will deal with it. Oh, we finished the quest. Oh, we'll just get rocks. Okay. So the most critical thing is dash. So dash is what you use for the next rocket, I'm pretty sure. But the rest of the stuff's very important too. And I don't think it rains on Mars. We'll cover this anyways, at least a little bit. All right, finally found this thing. And I'm just gonna not we're just gonna not interact with as much of it as possible. Is there actually water there? No, it's just doing that. Okay, I got the thing. I gotta kill the boss. So let's fly through this and kill the boss. This is one of those kind of bosses where you gotta knock the thing back at it. Incredible. Dude, the bosses in this mod are so lame. Like, I'm gonna go out here and learn Java so I can code them again, like, and come up with something better. Like, good lord. I mean, I guess I do have like OP gear and stuff right now, but like, I'm not that OP. That's strange. Those torches are different than regular torches. So what are these? We got, oh shit, you fucker. We got creeper eggs down here, and they actually pop out little creepers out of them. Can I break these? No. I wonder if you could pick up dragon eggs with a sword. It's not working like this though. Oh shit, yeah, don't let this go to waste. Where did the key go? I think that key just opened the door, perhaps. Yeah, here it is. Bro, tell me I lost the key. Oh, it's okay. I just didn't see it. It was looking kind of thin in my inventory, so I literally didn't see it. There we go. What we got here? Actually, I should keep it. That's she light. We got some rainbow curries. How did I not eat this? I made this. We'll keep those though. What else do we have? Does this have any use? No. I'll take the drone. Music discs, I'll take them. And then everything else is kind of worthless. I mean, neodymium is alright, whatever. Oh, what is this? The One Ring. Can ruin your game if you don't understand what it does. Okay. Let's read the quest. The One Ring. So this is forged by Mighty Dark Wizard. Strange feeling tells me to put it on. The ring does that. So yeah, don't do that. Unless you like tons of warp and withers spawning. Hello? So the ring makes you invisible and invincible. And it piles up warp on you. Try not to wear it that long. Okay, yeah, that will fuck up your game. I don't even think that I will ever want this. Invisible and invincible, but extremely warping. I'll keep that if I want to finish the series and blow up my base or something. I don't know what these guys do. I don't really care about this. So now I gotta find bacterial sludge and then go check on my miners. So that's what's next. Alright, I dug down at my miner just to look for a cave, and it looks like I found it. So, oh shit, that guy just blew up. So let's clear this out a little bit. And I guess I'm gonna just start collecting this junk. I don't need all. I filled my oxygen tanks too. I don't need all this junk. Yeah, let's just get a whole lot of it. So, in fact, let's go for a stack of it if we can. No effects if I stand in it. Oh. Oh my god, what are those? That freaks me out. I don't like that. Yeah, just gonna keep collecting. We'll try to ignore those guys. Alright guys, so it is the next day for me. Just got home from work. And I'm processing a whole bunch of tungsten. So I already have 13 of it made. 14 now. And a whole bunch more on the way. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with all this. So the one thing I wanted to do, obviously, was I gotta make some tungsten steel to store my power. I also need tungsten steel to make the combustion engines. Yeah, because these need tungsten steel cables. So let's grind this down. I already made a bunch of steel dust. I actually should have made tungsten steel, but I don't know where it went. That's not a very good thing, is I'm not supposed to lose my tungsten steel. It's not over here, is it? Oh, it got stuck in the hopper. See, I knew it should have been done by now. We'll let that go. And the rest of this we gotta grind down. But yeah, this is gonna be huge. I can complete the quest to get a stack of tungsten steel. So we're gonna do that. And it's gonna say that it's gonna unlock IV, but we're not an IV yet, guys. Also, I like how comically large the quest is when you only have that one there. Yeah, it looks like we got a lot done here, but there's so much more to EV. So much more. And it might be worth me slowing down in terms of quest progression for a little bit. Because I really don't think I'm going to be getting to the quantum processors, qubits, before I massively, massively upgrade my stuff. Alright guys, I am pissed. some of the most troll shit just happened, and like, I can't even explain this. So I'm like, shit, why is my iron tank not formed? There's a fucking bat in here. Like, he got inside. What is going on, dude? I need to get rid of my warp, because this, like, legitimately is infuriating. Let me in. Now I'm missing a piece of glass. Where to go? My lord. Alright, it's sometime later, and I made a whole bunch more LCRs to make polyphenylene sulfide. And I needed to do 2 extra ones over here. I think that this one was here before, because this is the one that was making my, what is it called, other stuff? Silicone rubber. But yeah, these 3 are needed for polyphenylene sulfide, because one of these is making the sodium sulfide. So it just needs to deal with solids, so the sulfur and the sodium. And these get output here and moved over to this one, which is holding all of it for now. This is all temporary, of course, because I need it to be temporary, but... This one is making dichlorobenzene, just eats a bunch of chlorine and a little bit of benzene. And you get the dichlorobenzene, and then you get a byproduct of HCl. I don't know what this hatch is doing. I feel like I've left it there for no reason, but it seems to get remade anyways once I have applied energistics, so whatever. So yeah, we're getting that for now, because the reason I need to do this is to cover the more complicated cables. You need to do more complicated rubbers, basically. So let's cover these. So the 16 tungsten wire, this will definitely be more than enough to get me through this. So let's turn these all into the foils that I need. And then yes, we're done here. Put my rubber back. Put this back. What do I need here? I gotta put something in there to finish those. And what am I doing here? This, circuit 24, and then this. Pretty massive. We don't get all of them done, but that's okay. Leave those there. So now I think I have pretty much everything that I need to make the combustion engines. What am I missing? Oh, tungsten steel. Okay. We can do a couple of those. So I gotta make another batch of... I gotta make a little bit more silicone rubber. Let me see what I need for that. And then we have a tungsten steel cable. Let's run this over here. Why is there a spider in here? I'm missing... What was that? Oh, an EV machine hull. That's no problem. I can make a whole bunch of these. So I'm gonna make 2 of these for now. That should probably be okay for my diesel production right now, but I'll have to double check it. So there's probably gonna have to be a bunch of upgrades that are gonna be made, some of which are going to include my hydrogen production. Oh, I'm out of polyethylene. I'll deal with that later. The polyethylene is no problem. I'm just always backlogged on the actual production of polyethylene, so everything else is free for it, though. Yeah, I just need to organize to put some stuff away. And then all these can go away in here. These are all my multi-block things. And I made a whole bunch more maintenance hatches because I was tired of making them. So yeah, in this chest, I'm working on assembling some P2P and other applied energistic stuff I'm going to be using later on. So just whenever I don't feel like recording, crafting stuff in there. Okay, where... I think these went where I want to put them, actually, which is in this room over here. Yeah, here they are. So what else do I need? Engine intake's done. Dynamo hatch done. Maintenance hatch done. I need mufflers. And then a bunch of input hatches, which is no problem. So I got to get lubricant going. I got to get an oxygen going. Right? Because supply 40 liters per second of oxygen to boost the output. And also needs the lubricant. It doesn't need a lot of it, so... Let's work on getting the rest of this set up and figuring out how I want to do that. Because this is the very first thing I need to be doing right now. to progress. I almost forgot one of the things I wanted to do was to change the EV dynamo hatch to a buffered one, because this will let it do more than 1 voltage or 1 amp of the EV voltage. So yeah, now we're able to handle the boosted output. Alright, so now let me figure out how to assemble this multi-block. Let's see, there's a little preview. Yeah. So the engine intakes are going to need a little bit of space in front of them to intake air. I also want to wall share these, so I guess we're just going to start... How do I want to do this? So my idea right now is to have a wire running over here that is like the main inlet from power. And then this is going to go over to here, which is going to be like the main power storage in the center here. And then I'll have a main applied energistics up over here where that is. I think you might have noticed the hole in the wall over here. I'm kind of doing a lot of things at once, but I'm going to make a little room back here. That's kind of just like a little cramped area. It's going to be where my ME controller and stuff is going to be. Maybe it'll be less cramped if I tear all this out too, if I improve it. So, yeah, that's the plan for now. Because, yeah, I already have the space kind of out here, and it makes a lot of sense for me, in my opinion, to have, like, my terminals here, and I can just run back into here to get a P2P channel that I want. So, that's the plan. I mean, I guess I can always move these if I have to. Let's just start placing them down. Now, the controller goes in the middle. Makes sense to me. What are we on? Are we on odds? So just place these down over here. Maybe I should do this differently, but this will look good, so whatever. I don't know for a fact those go in the middle, but they probably do. Okay, I was gonna say, well, how is that possible? Did they really want me to do that there? May attach one of the casings next to a gearbox. So the gearboxes are gonna go in the middle. Yeah, we could do it in the middle then. Expanding the wall share is going to be an issue with the maintenance hatches, but I have to think about that later, I think. And the muffler is going to go on the top like this. And I just need all the inputs. So I don't think these actually need fluid regulators for these multi-blocks, but I'll have to double check that. And I'm wondering if it'd be a bad idea to wall share the inputs. Maybe it isn't. Because the lubricant usage rate is extremely slow. The oxygen usage rate is it's not extremely slow, but it's not massive. I'm just wondering what the fuel consumption rate is going to be in that, if it might be problematic to have it shared. I have to think about that. I see, yeah, there was a problem with the wall sharing it in the way that I wanted. I had to raise it up a couple blocks just because I wouldn't need to use the bottom, because the input hatches had to be next to the internal pipe casings, so yeah, I just had to make this float so I can get access to the bottom. So I think I'm making enough cetane with my current setup, but I have to keep an eye on it. So I'm gonna make this its own oxygen production probably, and the lubricant it uses so little. I can get away with an LV one, so I'm gonna get all that going. And it's just going to be a matter of me routing the fluids over, which is pretty easy to do. And then the other part of this is that I have to make the energy storage. So I've been hooking up some raw Lapotron crystals, and then I need some HV tier circuits. Okay, I'm going to kiss all of these goodbye pretty much. So let's send these into the EV assembly machine. Did that need a circuit? No. And then I don't think these are gonna stack. So let's put a little, just put a chest on the side of it. And let that go. And then we need a battery buffer. I don't remember if I made this yet. Doesn't really look like I did. No, okay, so let's make the extreme battery buffers. That's what these are, right? These are EVs. So we're kind of gonna work on things one at a time. So we're gonna use this huge EV battery buffer first, is what I'm pretty sure. And then maybe I'll even transform it up at some point and transform it back down to make the energy moving around easier. So, oops, let's get this crafted real quick. I think that was a 4 cable, it may have been an 8. Yeah, it's not enough. It needs the 8 X's. Okay, that's done. Another thing off my list. So this is all going to come out at EV. We have 6 amps of EV from this. Probably just going to instantly transform it. And then we're going to bring it to the main storage, which is going to be over here. We're going to have some building blocks. So yeah, realistically, we're going to have a larger sort of storage, but for now, let's do something like this. And then we'll transport it out from this battery buffer. Alright, stuff's coming together. So we get the Laptron crystals done. And the obvious upgrade for these, once I have a little bit more infrastructure and things going, is the Laptronic energy orbs at IV. That's where we'll go after this, but this needs the next tier of circuits and a lot of platinums, so we're not really ready for that right this moment. And to transfer the power, I made some more 1X tungsten steel cables because that's cheaper for me. The tungsten cables are pretty similar, but they do 1 less amp of IV, which is worse. And then they also, oosh, I'm dropping these. I don't even know where this ingot came from, that ingot mold. And they also have the downside of taking 1 tungsten per, whereas the tungsten steel, half of it is steel, so it's a lot cheaper in that way. So actually, I don't even think I need a transformer initially, right? Like, I could get away with just doing this, I'm pretty sure. If I'm not wrong. I'm not really used to working with voltages in this way, where it's like, some of it is a higher voltage than I'm used to, you know? So we'll see how this fills up the cable, if it does or not, and I'm gonna need more of these, goddammit. But that's okay. So then we gotta transform this from IV to EV. So let me just think about it. Step down, IV to EV16. Yes, that makes sense. And these are all gonna go in here. I'll make some more of these when I get more time. And that should work out. I just gotta finish. I'll make like a half stack of those. I need more of the silicone rubber, which I think my main problem with that is chlorine, right? Yeah, I don't have any like chlorine. And the reason I don't have any chlorine is because obviously we're making HCl and stuff from all these. I'm not breaking it down right now, so I should do that. Let's put some of this. See, it's annoying. I need to make a setup to specifically do this, and I would rather this be the multi-block electrolyzer, but the multi-block electrolyzer is a little bit out of my reach right now, which is a bit frustrating. So I guess I'll just have to make a chemical reactor to do it. That is unfortunate, but it's kind of the way that it has to go. More temporary setups, of course. Alright, I routed all the fluids where they gotta go. I made a backup, and it's time to turn these on. So these should take a little bit of time to rev up. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Are we outputting power at all? We have 830 in there right now. Are we transferring it? No. My scanner is out of power. That's awesome. Let's charge this thing while that revs up. Actually, I think this needs HP. Yeah, it's been a while since my scanner died. Actually, no, it doesn't need HP. It's something different. Is it LV? Yeah, someone's telling me it was MV, which that looks like what it is. What it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I only need a little bit, but that will help me out. There, we don't need to fully charge it right now because I just want to get this over with. Okay, so we're storing a lot of power already. These cables are pretty clearly not going out. I guess it has to be the same voltage tier. So thankfully I have another transformer, and I just gotta get some aluminum cables. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, let's just throw these in here. There's a chance I need a couple more, so let's just get like 2 or 3 more. And then we should be good. Oh, my transformer's my other hotbar. I forgot about it. Like I said, I want this to go... I need this to go in the opposite direction, basically. Okay, completely disconnect this. Because we gotta whack this. So step up. 16 amps of EV to 1 amp of IV. That is what I want. That makes sense. Or 4 amps of IV. Okay. Yeah, that has power now. It's still not transferring as quickly as I want it to. This is messed up somehow. No? That's the input. Oh, there we go. We're getting it now. I forgot that you have to have this facing away. I had this facing into this. So yeah, now we're getting power from... It's coming really fast already. Wait, this is the new rate of power generation we're getting. So if you let these go for a while, yeah, they're 300% efficiency already. That honestly didn't even take that long, so these could shut off. My only concerns is the rate of these being used. So that's still going up. This looks like it is filling. Although maybe the pipes are struggling. No, they're not. We'll have to see. Let me see. There was a calculation over here. What was it? So 5.66. Let's go 5.6 liters per tick. It's 112 liters per second. So these shouldn't be struggling in any way, actually, because it should only be using like 200 liters per second. I'm not sure why that's... Maybe it's still traveling, but I'll have to keep an eye on the setting. I just don't want to overuse the fuel, basically. Yeah, we're almost full already. So now I just got to get cables to transfer this around, basically. So how am I going to do this? So the primary buffer, we're probably going to retransform it up, but just because I kind of have a problem with using the... Like, essentially, you're going to lose a bunch of power. So let's take a look here. So these cables are transferring 1 amp of 8,104 EU. And it's kind of more like 1.5 amps, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we've already lost like 90 EU from that, which losing 90 EU and an 8,000 amp isn't nearly as bad as losing EU on a smaller amp like the 2000, which is EV. So it's better for longer stretches to be made up of this tungsten steel cable. So yeah, now all I gotta do is route. I gotta route this into little, so like ledges. That's what these things are gonna be for. They're gonna be like hold the cabling as it goes all throughout, and then you just gotta start routing up the floor over here. So that's kind of where I am at with this. Alright, we're in a really good spot now, guys. So I had to turn this off because it actually filled the buffer already. And I have some more ideas to improve the system, like wireless redstone, to automatically turn this on and off, but I'll finish all that later on. So we're in a good spot. I think that this is all working out pretty well. My only concern is the oxygen production rate. The lubricant is fine. It's easy to produce that much. But oxygen in the diesel, I got to keep an eye on to see if we're keeping up. It kind of looks like we're keeping up with the diesel, from what I could tell over there at the old cetane setup. But we got to upgrade all that pretty soon too to make new types of fuel. But yeah, we got up to full efficiency in pretty much no time. And I'll probably like make a system of controls where I let this drop to like 20% or something, and then we run that to fill it back up to like 80% or something, you know? Just so that we can get to the max efficiency, or even just say this is 100, because we do have the buffer dynamos, so they hold a lot, like 16 million. So yeah, I'm gonna route all this around. Decide how I want to do it. I'm not quite sure yet. The aluminum cable is cheap, but I'm going to go with the more expensive cables for now and just take the L on the tungsten supply, which I can go and get more of anytime. It's just a matter of using the time to do it. That's going to do us in for today, guys. Now, with the power problem solved, next episode we're going to be looking more into applied energistics. Like I've already been prepping some of this stuff up, like I showed you. And things are going to be changing a lot around here very, very quickly and very soon. So here's to making massive progress technologically. So yeah, until next time, guys, have a good day, and thanks for watching.